Hey guys, this is SOCRATEZ bringing you another Shoutcast from the Starcraft 2 beta. This is match 2 of the Team Liquid Invitational finals between WhiteRa as the green Protoss and Little One as the blue Zerg. I was speeding up there in the beginning, trying to keep it under 10 minutes. As you can see here, the WhiteRa going ahead and opening up with a proxy pylon and a proxy gateway. The beautiful thing about this position is when the Little One goes to his natural expansion, this drone does not in fact see it coming down this ramp. So he'll be allowed to get this up fairly early, but once the Little One's Overlord gets in here, he will see nothing going on in this base, and he should automatically assume something weird is going on. Fast expansion from the Little One, which is the last thing you want to be doing when you're getting proxied by the Protoss, but quickly cancels it once his Overlord gets in and he sees that something is up. Second gateway now coming up for WhiteRa. This one is now completed. Little One still pumping out drones though and getting his spawning pool up. He knows he needs Zerglings very quickly to counter this double proxy gateway here, and another pylon coming up, proxy pylon here. This drone's going to be chased away by this probe. Chrono boosting the first Zealot. It is now done, but the Zealot is stuck there, so WhiteRa forced to cancel that gateway. A little bit of bad building placement there ends up costing WhiteRa. The first Zealot's now coming into the base. There is nothing to stop him. These workers are going to have to be pulled. Try to get the surround on him. The Zealot's kiting a little bit, coming in, trying to do some damage. Oh, but there's a good surround. One drone, I believe, goes down, but not a lot of damage being done here by WhiteRa. This Zealot has been pretty ineffective, but it will get out with its life. Two spine crawlers coming up now to help the Little One defend a bit, and 6 Zerglings have now completed as they run in. Forge being brought up, so this is going to be switching into a single gateway cannon contain here. One Zealot goes down, and 4 Zerglings make it out, and they're going to kite and run off now. First cannon now coming online here as more Zerglings are being built. Spine crawlers have finished and they're moving forward to the front line here, and a queen is being made as quick as possible. These Zerglings are running over to the undefended main base of WhiteRa, but WhiteRa intelligently calls back one of his Zealots to help defend this base. But these Zerglings are just going to be able to roam free in here and try to take down as many probes as they can. But they're attacking the Nexus for some reason. Not exactly what I would do here. Yeah, now going on to the workers, but pulling them off again. Little One needs to be focus firing these workers down, trying to do as much damage as he can. Instead, he does next to nothing in here and is forced to run off and kite away from this Zealot. Back in the main base, 2 cannons now up with 3 Zealots. Still only 1 gateway, and the gateway no longer building anything. Queen is up. Larva being spawned, double gas now for the Little One, single gas now coming up for WhiteRa. WhiteRa, though, still having to chase these Zerglings around with this single Zealot. Zerglings backtrack around and slip this Zealot and manage to hide up in here. The Zealot must have thought they have left and gone down the ramp because he does not pursue. Instead, he stays here and tries to defend this worker line. Little does he know, there are 4 Zerglings up in this top corner. Workers now, not sure what was happening there. They need to be mining here. I have no clue what the Little One was doing there. Baneling nest now coming up. So the Baneling nest probably going to allow him to morph these 4 Zerglings into Banelings to harass this worker line. Pylons now coming up, but no photon cannons in here, so that's going to hurt. 2 photon cannons here, 4 Zealots. The Queen is putting creep tumors down, which is allowing the creep to spread forward, at which point he'll uproot these spine crawlers and move them forward. This is a very good strategy when you're caught in like this, as these spine crawlers will now be able to poke a little bit further and force this line to move back. No upgrades yet, it doesn't look like. Nope, no upgrades yet. Another Zealot coming out. Has the ability to bring in Stalkers now with the Cybernetics Core. We'll have to see if he decides to go that route. Another Photon Cannon and Robotics Facility. So WhiteRa, perhaps fearing that roaches will be coming soon, going Robotics Facility. Some Banelings being morphed into here, which means, yes, Banelings now complete up here in the base, going in to do some damage on this mineral line. Will he be able to take down a good number of these workers? He's going to have to spread these Banelings out, try to get the most damage for his money here, and takes down a couple probes, but as you see, most of these probes are simply badly wounded and not killed. these shields, the Protoss shields, are just going to quickly regenerate, as you see here, already regenerating. So that was not as useful as I'm sure the little one was hoping it would have been. Immortals now coming out. No Stalkers, just an Immortal and 4 Zealots getting ready to push in, and this base is relatively undefended. A couple of Banelings, some Zerglings being spawned, but overall not a whole lot going on in here. The Zealot now being recalled out of that expansion, or of that natural base for WhiteRa. And here we go, Spire coming down. It's a very smart move from the little one. Little one must have noticed that WhiteRa's force is completely ground heavy, minus these cannons, and is quickly trying to tech air to get an advantage. There's a ton of Zerglings here, but the Zerglings are going to do next to nothing against this wall off, unless he moves and goes ahead. Yep, gonna try to get him to go Banelings to try to take down this wall, and Banelings do a significant amount of damage, if I can find one. Yeah, they do a significant amount of damage to ground or buildings, dealing 80 damage to structures. So that could quickly turn the tide here, but a Nidus network now coming up. This Nidus network going to be used in conjunction with this Overlord right here to bring up a Nidus worm. This will allow the little one to put any units he wishes into this Nidus worm and pump them out on this side. Big engagement at the front door as the Zealots and Immortals move in. These Spine Crawlers quickly getting decimated by these Immortals. Queen's trying to fight back now, but they are going to be overran. Bailey's coming in. Bailey's not doing enough damage against these Immortals. And one of these Queen is very low. Queen's gonna go down here. It goes down. This Queen kites away, but here is that first Mutalisk. These units cannot hit this Mutalisk at all, as this Mutalisk just harasses here. Zergling's coming out, but they're gonna be quickly taken down. Workers being pulled. Changes his mind. The little one does not want to engage that force. He's instead gonna let the Zerglings and the Mutalisk try to take this force down, but it's not going too well. His lair is almost completely destroyed. Little one is very, very hard-pressed to defend himself here. This one Mutalisk is just about all he has here. His Queen's trying to fight back, but this is not a fight the Queen was going to be in. The layer goes down. Queen gets loaded in the Nidus network along with all the workers. One last-ditch push here, it looks like, out of the Nidus network, where comes the Queen, comes the workers. They're going to be trying to push in here to finish this game off in this completely undefended base. One Photon Cannon finally coming up for WhiteRa. The little one's going to have to focus this down with his workers. It's up now, but it's going to go quickly down to this mass of workers. This Worker Queen army, unconventional to say the least, but proving rather effective since WhiteRa put all of his troops in this contain. Mutalisks, 3 of them now, flying around, desperately trying to make sure nothing else is going on. He doesn't engage right here to take this down. He's going to take this Stalker down really quickly, though. Stalker forced to kite away. Little one's going to scout around, make sure there's no other expansions up. He knows since he's been contained, an expansion was pretty likely, but unfortunately, the little one never, ever made an expansion, and that cost him economically in the long run. Little one now gets up an expansion as he's taking down this base with his Worker Queen army. Nexus goes down. This base is all but lost. Meanwhile, 2 Stalkers and Immortal quickly trying to finish off this base here, taking the spawning pool down. Gonna try to take these buildings down. But honestly, it looks like this is all but over for WhiteRa. He doesn't have any anti-air units, so there's 3 Mutalisks that are just going to take this base out very quickly, bringing 2 Stalkers over. 1 Stalker, though, very badly wounded, and it's going to quickly go down. Little one getting some great micro here, kiting away this wounded Mutalisk. Mutalisk with 42 health now. They're focusing this pylon down. 1 single Stalker comes in. This is not a fight he's going to win. Microed away that Mutalisk with 14 health, and they take this pylon down. This match is over. Just waiting for the GG now from WhiteRa, as there's next to nothing he can do. GG from WhiteRa. So the game is now over. That was match 2 of the Team Liquid Invitational Finals. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, please leave comments, and I'll get back to work as quick as I can on the next games. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.